First of all, forget about that movie. You know, the underground film that reportedly defiles Islam and the Prophet. In fact, it is so underground, the media spent days trying to locate it, all in their effort to hang blame for the attacks in Egypt and Libya on anyone or anything, rather than where it belongs, on the heads of bloodthirsty terrorists and the Obama administration's naive and toothless policies in the Middle East. Their supporters in the liberal media reinforced President Obama's disturbing reluctance to offend the Islamic world. Consider an on-scene CNN correspondent referring to the mobs outside the U.S. Embassy in Cairo as, quote, hooligans. Or Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's dedicated campaign to stick to the canard that the Benghazi murders were committed by just, quote, a small savage group. Didn't they say that about the Bolsheviks and the Nazis? And didn't the Egyptians vote by a comfortable majority to elect the Muslim Brotherhood? Laying siege to U.S. diplomatic missions is a time-honored strategy. Saigon, 1968, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, Nairobi, 1998, among many others. But the gold standard was set in 1979 with the occupation of our embassy in Tehran. Islamist terrorists who called themselves students held 53 American hostages for more than a year, emboldening the cause and setting the stage for their stated march to Islamist supremacy. President Carter then showed the same timidity we see in Obama today in the face of a new onslaught from the East. Now, 3.5 years into Obama's, quote, smart diplomacy, close quote, history's lessons go unheeded. If anything, government officials have stirred the flames of Islamic terrorism. Spiking the football became a synonym for the president's bragging about the Osama bin Laden raid. It is a theme of this campaign for re-election. During the presidential campaign and at the Democratic convention, Vice President Biden gloated away at the successful Navy SEAL raid, almost inviting a response from people who need little encouragement for butchery. Osama bin Laden is dead and General Motors is alive, he shouts. Leaks flowed from intelligence and military communities to the Hollywood producers and ex-SEALs who, knowingly or not, would only burnish the Obama image in books and movies. How ironic that two of their brothers would fall defending the U.S. consulate in Benghazi. And small wonder that last week in Cairo they were chanting Obama, Osama, as they scaled the embassy walls. Among the smart classes, much has been made of how the Arab Spring may turn to winter, for lack of a better cliche, without mentioning the dreaded domino theory that the media and political apparatchiks had seen as in a dream the golden dawn of peace in the Middle East. What will they say now that their vision of Arab unity is exposed for what it is, a boiling brew of anti-American enmity that flies in the face of an insistence that moderate Arabs abhor violence? Moderate Muslims are the majority, the axiom goes. They're just shy about speaking up. Ambassador Chris Stevens was shown no mercy, nor was Wall Street Journal reporter Daniel Pearl when Al-Qaeda cut his throat, nor were the terrified occupants of the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001. 9/11 is what these latest atrocities are all about, punishing us once more to let us know they are still there, waiting.